I remember I was tripping really hard one time. I was 14, and I was 14, and I took these mushrooms, and I was like, I don't recommend this. You
Yeah.
know, if you're a young buck, if you're a teenager, don't take mushrooms. Okay, wait till you're like 25.
Yeah.
You know, wait till your brain's developed. But I took these mushrooms, and I started tripping out. I started having a bad trip. I was like, I'll tell you how it began. I'm sitting there. I'm like on the floor pretty much, just chilling. I'm like talking to my friend,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden, all these like fractals come into my vision, like all these fractals, like these colors, and it comes in so hard and so intense that I don't even realize that I'm about to throw up.
Oh shit! Like you don't get like the water feeling in your mouth and nothing.
Well, I was tripped like that. Like I tripped on mushrooms and
Mm-hmm.
realized I was gonna throw up. Like with the but I was tripping so hard that like when I threw up, I just threw up. Like I just threw up right on the floor.
Like just like that.
Yeah, and I was rushing to the bathroom. I threw up right, and everything's kind of normal.
Yeah.
You know, we go outside, and this guy comes over that we know, this older dude, and I was with my dad at the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like in the backyard, and I'm just really annoyed with this guy. This guy, Nicky,
Mm-hmm.
we'll call him Nicky, right? He had a stroke. You know, he'd ride his bike around the town I lived in. He'd ride his bike around. He was pretty much like a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The local crackhead, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We all got one of those.
Exactly. And like he comes over and like he has like the dab pen and the joint. We're like all smoking, and like it reactivates my trip.
Yeah.
Like I fall knees to the ground. I'm like dry heaving. You know.
So wait, like, are you still on like the same mushrooms?
Yeah, same.
So like you can have two different trips in one.
Well, I was still tripping after I threw up.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't like I was tripping hard. It was
Oh,
like,
so it was kind of like in waves.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I like smoke and I like drop to my knees. I'm like dry heaving at this point, but there's
Yeah.
nothing in my stomach. So like I started spitting up like foam.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty nasty. And I get into like my stairway. It was like there was a door here, stairway, down to the basement down here, and I'm like in the middle. And then there was two back doors, and I'm like in the middle by one of the back doors, and I start really tripping. Like every time I closed my eyes, I would like see this gigantic tornado of like red and black, and it was an ego death. Like what they call that is like an ego death. I was experiencing like ego death, and I remember my friend was there, and he's like looking down at me, and I reach up to him, and I'm like, "Don't do shrooms." And my dad picks me up, brings me into the living room, and I'm sitting there. And all the pictures were taken off the wall that morning.
Yeah.
But I wasn't paying attention to that. And I look up and I'm like, pictures are gone. Like I was tripping.
That's
and
crazy.
My dad was like, yeah, the pictures were taken off the wall this morning. And a couple minutes later, I guess probably some time had passed. My dad goes and lays down in the bedroom. I walk like to the bedroom and I like sit down next to him and I'm still like tripping. And like the words like kill yourself like came out of one ear around my vision and like went back into like another ear. It wasn't like they actually like popped up in front of me. It wasn't like an active hallucination.
Just something like you hear from side to side.
Yeah, it was like a thought, and like the thought was almost visible, kind of.
That's interesting.
But like I thought to myself, I was like, that's not a good idea. It's not going to help any.
Yeah.
So what I said to myself was, if I play this dinosaur game, you know what I'm saying, and I beat this level that I've been trying to beat for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go downstairs and do the laundry.
Interesting.
And I'm doing the dinosaur game, and I actually beat the level.
Nice.
I was like, holy shit, right? So I walked downstairs, and I start doing laundry. And as soon as I closed the washer, and I turned on the washing machine, like, it all ended. Like, the whole trip ended. And what I got from that was that I needed to be more of a helpful person to my dad and to the people around me. Because I was very selfish.
Mm-hmm.
I was very, like, all about me. I wasn't willing to like take time out of my day and help someone else. I was just not necessarily a good person, and this trip like taught me that I need to be more on point. Like I need to start doing dishes.
Mm-hmm.
I need to start doing laundry. I need to start doing these simple tasks that would actually help.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't doing it. Like my dad was just doing my laundry for me. I was like very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at this point in time, I was trying to be less of an asshole. I was trying to learn
like just
how
better
to,
yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like I was trying to learn how to like talk to someone, and if we were like having a confrontation, just sit there and listen to their side of the story and let them get out what they need to get out, instead of me interrupting and trying to argue back with that person. And this trip kind of like taught me that. It was like, you need to calm down. You need to just listen. You need to do what you need to do. You know,
That's very interesting.